One station that gives you a voice all over the world, and we're coming to you live from our studios in the heart of Lagos, Nigeria. My name is Chioma Innocent, and it's time for another edition of the recap right here on your favorite dial. Is Voice of the People 90.3 FM, and it's time for us to discuss those issues that made the major headlines during the week. As usual, I'm not alone in the studio. I do have my analyst sitting right across from me. And very, very soon you will be hearing his voice. His name is Mr. Peter Anosike. And of course, today we have quite a number of the issues to discuss, all of which have made the major headlines during the week. My name is Choma Innocent, and I'm the host. You can also call me the moderator right here on the program. It's about time for us to talk about these issues because they are really important. All of these issues, we need to talk about them right about now. All right, as usual, I want to give you a brief rundown of the issues which we'll be talking about today before we delve into the analysis. We'll be starting with northern governors asking lawmakers to reject President Tinubu's tax reform bills and giving their reasons. Ipman cannot leave petrol without NNPC approval. This is according to the Dangote refinery. We'll also be looking at Olaimi Kadoso, governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, saying past CBN governors use unorthodox methods to grow Nigeria's economy. And the fuel supply to increase as federal government grants licenses for companies to operate refineries in Nigeria. We'll also be looking at Obasanjo's criticism of Tinubu stems from envy and resentment, according to the Conscience of Yoruba Nation group, which calls themselves a faction of Afenifere. And finally, we'll be looking at the Nigerian government planning an independent super grid for northern state. Now, you recall that many northern states have been in blackout for a while now due to vandalization of their power lines, and the federal government is announcing plans to establish an independent super grid for each of the 19 northern states. All this and more we'll be discussing when we come back from these a very, very short break. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell their enemy that the recap has just begun. As always, we're about to have an enlightening, educative, informative, eye-opening session right here on the recap. It's time to engage in conversations that make sense, issues that need to be talked about. And for that, I have Mr. Peter Anosike right here with me. He is a journalist with many years of experience, as well as a political, social, and national affairs analyst. Always a pleasure to have you here. Good evening.
Good evening, but before we start, I want us to check our ardent corner from Spain, Nnamdi, because you know what happened in Spain.
Yes,
so we pray that he is safe and that everything is well around him.
That is true, and thank you for that, Nnamdi. If you can hear, also if you're watching right now, we would like to know how you're doing, hoping that the flood is not affecting you too much. And of course, we pray for a speedy recovery of that incident. You know that the weather and most of these natural disasters is something that you cannot
predict.
We cannot predict, and you cannot even stop it. The videos I've been seeing online, they're just something else. Nnamdi, please do call us when we open the phone lines and let us know how you are doing. This is just to let you know that we're Voice of the People. We don't just want to hear your voice. We care about you. We care about you. We want to know how you're doing. You have to be alive and well to be able to contribute to each of the programs that we host here every single day. Thank you so much, Mr. Peter Anosike, for that. That's a wonderful one. All right, then, let's delve into the crux of the conversation, starting with northern governors saying the tax bills are against the interest of the North and instructing northern lawmakers to reject the bill. Now, a fresh hurdle has emerged for the tax reform bills before the National Assembly, as the influential Northern Governors Forum has openly rejected some of the proposals, particularly the VAT sharing template in one of the bills. VAT is the value added tax. Northern governors came to this resolution on Monday after a meeting in Kaduna. We are in attendance. There were the governors of Kaduna State, Governor Obasanjo, Governor Inuwa Yahaya of Gombe State, Governor Dauda Lawal of Zamfara State, and a host of others who were represented by their deputy governors. Earlier in October, President Tinubu had sent 4 fiscal bills to the National Assembly for consideration. Now, this included the Nigeria Tax Bill 2024, the Tax Administration Bill, the Nigerian Revenue Service Establishment Bill, and the Joint Revenue Board Establishment Bill. One of the bills proposes changing the sharing formula of the value-added tax, reducing the federal government share from 15% to 10%. However, the bill also includes a caveat that the allocation among states will consider the derivation principle. Mr. Peter Anoske, why are the Northern Governors Forum rejecting this? Because President Tinubu has been talking about cutting down the cost of government, and if he's saying, okay, the federal government share should reduce from 15% to 10%, there are certain people who will say this is actually a step in the right direction. But why are the Northern Governors rejecting this?
Well, this problem did not start today. It is because of this reason that the northern and southern protectorates that was amalgamating that brought this geographical space that we have today that is called Nigeria. What a lot of people don't know is that the reason why Nugad brought the northern and southern Nigeria together is because of just 500 pounds. That is the reason why we and the people in the north are one country today, because of 500 pounds. The reason is because Nugad, who was the governor general then, was running 500 pounds deficit in the north, but was making profit in the south. So in order to balance his book, he feel that when he brings the north and the south together, he can now balance his book. So it is just because of 500 pounds that Nigeria came into being. And that reason why, and that reason is still continuing today. Today, South is still making profit and North is still running at a loss. So the reason, this favoritism of the North, which started 110 years ago, is still happening up till now. One, the Hishiba in the north say that they don't drink alcohol. Anywhere they see bottles of alcohol in the north, they will seize it.
And destroy.
And destroy it. But they are still taking a VAT that comes from alcohol. But the Bible that we read tells us that you must not benefit from what you despise. This is what the Bible says, that you must not benefit from what you despise. If you hate alcohol, you must not take the revenue that comes from alcohol. But this Northerners say they don't drink alcohol, but you must give them the VAT that comes from alcohol. Is it not a hypocrisy? You don't eat meat, but you use your teeth and share meat for people. That's exactly what is happening at this point in time. So that tax reform that Tinubu want to bring is a way of resource control. Let the goose that is laying the golden egg be benefiting from that egg that it is laying. That is the main purpose of that tax reform. But the Northerners say no, it will not benefit us. Northern governors say no, it's not on our own interest. Therefore, our members of National Assembly should say no to it. So, which means everything must be of their own benefit. That's why some people in the north are claiming that the crude oil, that the oil wells in Rivers State, in Niger Delta, belong to them because Nigeria is their own. And they don't even know that it is their problem that caused the amalgamation. I am happy that Tinubu say no, that the National Assembly must debate this issue. So it will be represented to the National Assembly, even though they are in the majority, 19 states in the north, 17 states in the south. But I believe that there are people of conscience in those northern states that will say that this reform bill has merits.
One thing the Northern Governors Forum is saying that companies remit VAT based on the location of their headquarters and tax office rather than where the services and goods are consumed. Then due to this, the Northern Governors Forum unanimously rejected the proposed tax amendment and called on their members of the National Assembly to oppose any bill that could jeopardize the well-being of Northerners. Now, the Northern Governors Forum is saying it is not opposed to any policies or programs actually aimed at fostering national growth and development, but is calling for equity and fairness in the implementation of all of these national policies and programs to actually ensure that no geopolitical zone is shortchanged or marginalized.
So, North believes in equity and justice.
That's what the Northern Governors Forum is
They
saying.
believe in equity and justice. And the 8 years that Buhari was there and appointed all Northerners in his cabinet, they didn't call for equity and justice. The truth is that these governors cannot think out of the box. If they can think out of the box, they will know that there's no state in this country that cannot sustain itself. There's no state in this country that the soil is bare. Understand me? But they have gotten used to this Almajiri system of government that's connecting money. They don't know how to grow money. If they can think out of the box, if they can be enterprising, they know that each state of the north has what it takes to develop without even looking at the other state. Let me take a Bauchi, for example. The topography of Bauchi state is perfect for tourism. The topography of Bauchi state is perfect for tourism. Let me now, Nevada in the United States. Nevada is on the desert. It doesn't have mineral resources. What they did in Nevada was to build casinos and hotels. So when they build casinos and hotels, then Texas has oil. But the oil tycoons in Texas cannot drink their oil. They will have to look for where that to go and spend that oil money. So they go to Texas. That's why Texas today is the capital of casino in the world. Texas today is the capital of tourism in the world. If Bauchi State is developed as a tourist center, the people in the Niger Delta cannot drink their oil. When they make their oil money, they'll have to look for where that to spend it. They can go to Bauchi and they spend it. Through that, Bauchi State government will be getting their own part of the oil money. But these governors cannot think out of the box. All they are contended with is getting an occasion and sharing it. They cannot grow anything on their own. Because if they have conscience, they cannot be talking of equity and justice. Because they have been dominating everywhere, making the other people that to feel like second class citizens. And assuming that we do not have that 500 pounds deficit, and we just have southern Nigeria as a country, northern Nigeria as a country, Nigeria will have been somewhere else by now. So it simply means that a particular people are holding us hostage. A particular people are taking us back. So let them debate this tax reform bill in the National Assembly. Let us see how it goes. That's my take.
Talking about seeing how it goes, the Northern Governors Forum is saying that the 19 northern states and the FCT have the majority in the National Assembly, meaning that the region can have its way on any bill if it secures the block vote of its lawmakers in both chambers of the
That's
National
why
Assembly.
I talk about people with conscience. That's why I talk about people with conscience. Understand? That's why I talk about people with conscience. But I'm sorry to say this. In the North, what they practice mostly is what we call sheep culture. Once one person follows this way, every other person will go that way. Bandwagon effect. Understand me? So let them. They have the majority in the National Assembly. Let them debate it. If they win, so be it.
All right, then. You're listening to the recap right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. We'll be moving on to topic 2 right now. Let's talk about petroleum and how it is affecting Nigerians. You know that the price of petrol has just been rising and rising and rising like Ijebu Gari. Like Ijebu Gari that was soaked inside water. And it's not even funny, but of course, you know, Nigerians will always try to cope with humor. The Dangote Petroleum Refinery is saying that it has not received authorization from the NNPCL to supply PMS to Ipman. Right now, this was announced on Thursday as oil dealers under the Petroleum Retail Outlet Owners Association of Nigeria, Petron, demanded Dangote Refinery to release its own PMS price, stressing that its silence on the matter had dragged on for so long. Meanwhile, on Wednesday, Ipman's national president Abubakar Gandhi had said the members went to Dangote Refinery in Lekki but could not lift petrol for almost 4 days. Now, he was actually reacting to a comment made on Tuesday by the president of Dangote Group, of course, Alhaji Aliko Dangote, saying the facility has over 500 million liters of petrol, but marketers are nowhere to be found. So, Mr. Peter Anoski, what's really going on with all of the back and forth? Aliko Dangote is on one hand saying, at Dangote Refinery, we have over 500 million liters of already refined petrol, but marketers are nowhere to be found. Meanwhile, independent marketers national presidents are saying that Ipman has actually gone to the refinery. They could not lift petrol for almost 4 days. And now Dangote Refinery has come and said that Ipman cannot lift petrol without NNPC approval. And there's also the price war, why Dangote is not putting the price to his own petrol and it's waiting for the federal government to do that. What's really going on with all
The
of
question is this: does NNPCL own Dangote Refinery? Does NNPCL own it? That's we should know. When Dangote said that they cannot attend to marketers without permission from NNPCL, does NNPCL own Dangote Refinery? That should be the first question, because we know that Dangote said that he borrowed $20 billion to build his
the refinery.
Understand me? So is it now owned by NNPCL? Why should he get a permission from NPCL to sell? That is the number one question. What NNPCL supplies him is crude oil. Are they giving it to him for that's free of charge? Because if he is buying it from them, it is business. So he should sell to whoever that comes to him. Then if you read that story very well, and that's Ipman said that NNPCL has their 5 billion naira. But Dangote said that they have not gotten a penny from NNPCL. So this is confusion. Dangote is not being transparent. NNPCL is not being transparent. And again, how much is Dangote sending to NNPCL? How much does Dangote want to sell to independent marketers? Dangote has never mentioned price. This is how much I sell to NNPCL. But NNPCL say that they bought from Dangote at 898 naira, and now sell to independent marketers at 995 or 996. But Dangote said that it is not true. If it's not true, how much did you sell to NNPCL? So Dangote is not being transparent. NNPCL is not being transparent. So, but the question, Dangote is saying that they need permission from NNPCL before they can sell to independent marketers. Does NNPCL own Dangote petroleum?
So that's something Dangote needs to come out and let Nigerians know.
Yes, because this thing has dragged for a long time. And I read somebody again saying that Dangote product is more expensive than the imported ones. But you know, Dangote said that they have over 500 million liters, and that they can that their product is enough for all the independent marketers. For me, I don't approve of that. There must be competition. There must be competition. NNPC should give independent marketers the opportunity to import. If there's competition, let Nigerians go for the cheaper ones. If Dangote is cheaper than the imported ones, Nigeria will buy from Dangote. If the imported ones are cheaper than Dangote products, Nigeria should go for the imported ones. Monopoly does not develop any economy. It is competition that develops economy. For me, I don't want monopoly in the oil sector. There must not be monopoly. Let there be competition. Let Nigerians buy from whoever is selling cheaper. That's my take.
Let Nigerians buy from whoever is selling cheaper. But in any case, will the price be going below 1,000 naira anytime soon? I think that's what Nigerians are much more concerned about than where the petrol is coming from.
Well, when there's complete deregulation, it means that it is the market forces, the forces of demand and supply, that should determine prices. It should be the market forces, demand and supply, that should determine
his own price.
That's the price. So, and it means that NNPCL should also stop fixing prices. When there's deregulation, you don't fix prices. Kerosene has been completely deregulated. Nobody is talking about it anymore. Even though it is still expensive, but we are no more breaking our head over it. So if PMS is completely deregulated, then market forces would determine what they will be sending. But as I said before, there must be competition. It must not be left to Dangote alone. They shouldn't set a bad precedent, because Bua is still coming up with his own. Understand? And about last week, Tinubu government gave license to about 9 or 10 companies so that they can refine too. And mind you, in 2002, the Buhari government gave a license to about 22 companies. So as we speak, 30 different companies in Nigeria have refining licenses.
Which means Dangote will be having much more competition.
There should be competition. There should be competition. And that's the only way to move this country forward.
You're listening to the recap right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM, and the program right here right now is the recap, where we discuss issues that made major headlines during the week, and we've been talking about quite a number of issues. Let's move on to our topic number 3 for the evening. According to Olaimi Kadoso, governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, on Tuesday, he said his predecessor Godwin Emefiele and other past CBN governors used a whole lot of unorthodox methods to grow Nigeria's economy. Now, the CBN governor who was appointed in September last year made the remark during a keynote interview at the Financial Times Africa Summit. He identified investor confidence as a major challenge which he faced when he assumed office, but he's saying the CBN under his leadership will use orthodox methods and will do everything it takes to manage inflation. What are these orthodox methods? Because when he talks about unorthodox methods, that is contrary to what is usual, that is unusual methods, non-traditional methods, non-acceptable methods. But he will use
to do
acceptable
what?
methods.
Wait, to do what?
To grow Nigeria's economy.
Finish. Understand me? If I have a problem with the police, I call a council. Understand? What I mean, charge me and bail me. I don't want Hausa will say bad trenchi. Understand? Charge me and bail me. I don't want stories. So what we need is our economy to grow. So other CBN governors use unorthodox method to grow the economy, but he used the orthodox method to destroy it.
You are saying that the fact that he's even saying that those methods were able to grow the economy,
that's what we want.
Indictment on him for not using those same methods to grow the economy.
But
he's saying they are unorthodox. They are
but our economy is growing.
Methods.
But our economy is growing, isn't it?
A few days ago, the same CBN governor came and said that he's ready to use all tools at his disposal to manage inflation. We had this conversation, right? I don't know if you recall. Annual inflation right now is reaching 32.70%, which many economic analysts are saying is a figure much lower than what is actually obtainable out there right now. And Nigerians are finding it much more difficult to buy food. So this one CBN governor is saying, some people will say he's just speaking English and he's just being technical. What Nigerians want to know is, at what point will our currency will have much more value than it does at the moment? So if he came 4 days ago to say, I'll use all the tools at my disposal to manage inflation, and coming out to say, I will only use orthodox methods, what's the correlation?
That is contradicting himself. He said that the other CBN governors used unorthodox method to grow the economy.
But you are particular about the fact that he's admitting that at least the economy grew.
That's all we want. That's all we want. That's why I say, if I have a problem with the police and I got a counsel, a lawyer, all I want is charge me, bail me. I don't want stories. Understand me? So all Nigerians want is our economy to grow, whether unorthodox or orthodox. So others use unorthodox to grow the economy. He that is using orthodox is killing the economy, because our economy has become far worse than what he inherited. If you check our exchange rate, if you check that the price of things in the market, if you check our foreign reserve, if you check the rate of inflation, you know that he is destroying the economy with his orthodox method. He is destroying the economy with his orthodox method. So, Mr. Cardoso, all we want is our economy to grow, whether through native doctor, whether through a pastor, whether through imam, whether praying and fasting. All we want is our economy to grow. We don't care the method that you use.
But what if this unorthodox method actually come back to cause problems for us?
Nigerians need to be feeding. Nigerians needs to be feeding. The prices of food in the market need to come down. It's not our business how he did it. When people were voting for Tinubu, all they are putting their trust in his hands, that he's going to make their lives better. Understand me? That he's going to make their country safer. So how he does it is not their problem. Nigerians have done their own by voting, unquote. Voting, understand me? So whether orthodox or unorthodox, Nigerians need the economy to grow so that things will become better. Then with his orthodox method, what is the price of food in the market? What is exchange rate? Nothing is working in this country as we speak, even though he know the orthodox method. So when you try orthodox, it's not working. Try that unorthodox, provided that we see food on our table, provided that the transport fare will come down, provided there will be security in the country. That's all that the masses care. That is all that we care. So whether orthodox or no orthodox, Nigerians want their economy to grow. And if others use the unorthodox method to do it, and your own unorthodox is not working, make you try that unorthodox.
All right, then. You're listening to the recap right here on Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. Don't forget that you can find us on YouTube. We're streaming live right now. All you need to do is open the YouTube app and just type into the search bar VOP 903 FM, VOP 903 FM, and you can get us right here in the studios, live and direct. This is the recap. We have been discussing issues that made major headlines during the week, and we've been talking about quite a number of them. Let's move to topic number 4, where fuel supply is started to increase as federal government grants licenses for companies to operate refineries in Nigeria. The Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, NMDPRA, has granted licenses to 9 modular refineries, 7 construction licenses, and 4 operational licenses. Now, this development was announced during the week. Now, according to Farouk Ahmed, the CEO of NMDPRA, under the current administration, Nigeria's refining capacity has been expanding, particularly with the commencement of production by Dangote Refinery. So we have Dangote Refinery up and running. We are to expect about 9 new refineries to come up very, very soon. So does that mean we will leave our own federal government refineries in Warri, Port Harcourt, and Kaduna to keep lying dormant?
Well, the truth is that where is the crude oil?
That all of these people,
Yes, that's the question.
That all these refineries coming up are going to refine.
Yes. Where is the crude oil? Because they're not even giving Dangote enough.
And he's having to import crude oil.
He's having to import. So they are not thinking. Dangote is 650. You are giving him 450, and you are still licensing other people. Bua is about 70% completion. So since you cannot give Dangote enough, you are still licensing other people.
Don't you think that even these companies that applied for licenses would know that this is the issue? Because of course we have the crude for loan agreement where most of the crude is going to, and which is the reason why Dangote himself
They were
could
sold
not get crude
in advance. The crude was sold in advance. So for me, this government, what people in government does well is to give themselves this kind of a thing. If you go and investigate the companies that we are giving this refinery licenses, you should know that you discover that it is still those in government or their agents. Because that's what happened in the power sector. They were talking about this Gencos and Discos. These generating companies, distributing companies are owned by politicians using their surrogates. The generating companies and the distributing companies are owned by politicians using their surrogates as fronts. That's why they are asking for the government that they are being owed so and so billion. So if you go and investigate the 9 people that receive this refining this thing now, it will still be those in power now using fronts. But if they are thinking, as I said, Buhari gave 22 companies that same license. Out of that 22, not even 5 has started. And this company is giving more. That shows you that they are, maybe some people are paying something. Some people must be paying something, or some people are being rewarded for something, either now or in the future. So if they are thinking, they should. What Nigerians need is that federal government own the Warri refinery and the Port Harcourt refinery to start working, because there's no way they will sell as high as Dangote. Because Dangote is a businessman, naturally he will want to make profit. But Warri and the Port Harcourt refinery cannot sell as high as Dangote because it is public owned. It is public owned. So what they are now doing is to distract us from the Port Harcourt and the Warri. Excuse me. What you will be hearing now is that those that we gave refinery licenses are not building. We are going to revoke their licenses, just to keep on distracting us from what is happening in Port Harcourt and in Warri, where they have spent billions of a public fund
on turnaround maintenance.
But we keep on reminding them that Port Harcourt refinery must work. Warri refineries must work. Even if they are giving 100 people up this thing, we still want our own. Our own is our own.
You're listening to the recap right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Don't forget, you can also find us on YouTube. We're streaming live right now. All you need to do is open the YouTube app and type into the search bar VOP 903 FM, and you can get to watch us live and direct. Now, the NMDPRA boss was saying that the present reforms have made the oil and gas industry an attractive investment opportunity, fostering profitability and successful economic endeavors. Now, according to him, Nigeria aims to produce 3 million barrels of crude per day and 10 billion standard cubic feet of gas per day for domestic use before the end of this administration. Since we have loan for crude, can we still channel this for domestic use? Because at the end of the day, most of our crude oil will still have to be exported because they have already been committed to others. And all of these refineries that have collected licenses now will still have to import crude. At the end of the day, will Nigerians ever buy this petrol for lower than it is right now? Because that is what many Nigerians are asking. At what point does the price of petrol at least go below 1,000 naira? After the May 29, 2023 speech and the declaration that subsidy is over, the very next day, it was like Nigerians bought fuel for 185 today, and they woke up and they were buying it from 500, 550 to 600 the next day. And now we're selling for as high as 1,200 naira. Refineries here, refineries there. What Nigerians want to know is, will the price of fuel come down so that the price of transportation can actually also come down? Because people are having to enter vehicle short distances for high amounts. From 7 or 8 or junction bus stop to Oshodi is 300 naira. It used to be 50 naira. That is 18 months ago. It used to be 50, 100, 150 naira. A lot of people remember entering it for that amount, but now it's 300 naira. And it's always causing quarrels between, the commuters and the drivers. And that is what people just want to know. Why would I be spending 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 naira to move around Lagos in one day?
Well, for me, NNPCL, that is the problem. NNPCL is now a quasi-government. It's a quasi-government because the presidency has given them a kind of immunity to do whatever they want. Or the presidency has given NNPCL immunity to do whatever they want. NNPCL has become above the law. They have become above the National Assembly. They have become above oversight functions. And that was why when the GMD of NNPCL was invited to the Senate, he told the senators that at his own time, he will reveal what is happening at the NNPCL. He is telling Nigerians that at his own time, he will tell the Nigerians what is happening. The senators cannot hold him accountable. So, which means he is above the National Assembly.
At exactly 5 p.m., the phone lines will be open so that we can hear from you. This is the recap right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. 2 more topics to go, and then we'll get into the segment where we get to take your calls and also your messages. You can send us messages on WhatsApp and also leave comments on our YouTube platform. Obasanjo's criticism of Tinubu stems from envy and resentment. This is according to the Conscience of Yoruba Nation group, which calls themselves a faction of Afenifere. They've condemned the former President Olusegun Obasanjo's recent criticism of President Bola Tinubu's leadership. Now, the former President Obasanjo had alleged that Tinubu entered office without adequate preparation, making uninformed pronouncements and decisions. However, the Conscience of Yoruba Nation group is asserting that this critique is rooted in jealousy and a desire to be seen as the only successful southern Nigerian president. Now, the group convener, Kole Omololu, in a press release from Akure in Ondo State, stated that Tinubu had a well-defined plan, which is shared with Nigerians. This was to dispute former President Obasanjo's remarks. Omololu also argued that Tinubu's election victory and his early actions in office demonstrate a level of readiness that surpasses previous administrations, including former President Obasanjo's.
Whoever is making that statement is a hypocrite. Whoever that Omololu, that whatever is a hypocrite. The issue is Obasanjo has no reason to envy envy Tinubu. Obasanjo has no reason in the world to envy Tinubu. It's just like, let me use a football as an example. It's just like somebody that is in Real Madrid, or somebody that is in Manchester City, envying somebody in Shooting Stars of Ibadan. Understand me? This is the analogy that I can give.
All the way from Real Madrid to the Nigeria
envying
league.
somebody in Nigeria this league. That is that's the comparison between Obasanjo and Tinubu. There's no reason on earth that Obasanjo would envy Tinubu. Where Obasanjo go and sit down, Tinubu will not be allowed to stand up there.
For what reason? Are you saying that Obasanjo's 8-year administration
I want to
is
repeat.
much better?
I want to repeat.
I heard you the first time. You don't need to repeat it, right? I'm saying that you are saying now that
Tinubu,
Obasanjo's eight years as president of the nation then is better than what's been obtainable in the past 1 year of this current administration.
Obasanjo personality.
Okay, his personality.
Obasanjo personality.
Not even just his administration as president.
Obasanjo.
Not his presidency.
Tinubu is a chicken, and Obasanjo is an ego.
Okay.
There's no way.
The first analogy you gave was actually good enough, rather than saying that the incumbent president is a chicken.
There's no way that to compare them. Obasanjo had the history of the Civil War ended with him. Understand me? The Civil War ended with Obasanjo. He won the Civil War. That is to his credit. Obasanjo was a military head of state and handed over to a civilian willingly. How many military head of states in Africa has willingly handed over government to a civilian. He was a military. He won the Civil War. He was a military head of state, handed over power to a civilian government. That is to his credit. Obasanjo has run for the Secretary of the UN. Obasanjo has run for the Secretary of the United Nations. When you kind of eminent world personalities, Obasanjo is among. So there's no comparison anywhere between Obasanjo and Tinubu for Obasanjo to begin to envy Tinubu. I say it is like somebody in Real Madrid envying somebody in IICC shooting stars of Ibadan. It doesn't happen. Obasanjo as a civilian president, under him, our debt was written off for the first time when he used Okonjo Iweala as a Minister of Finance. So what has Tinubu done? What are the achievements of Tinubu to compare with Obasanjo? Mind you, both of them are from the southwest, are from the southeast. So they want to do whatever you are talking, just want crumbs, just want handouts from Tinubu government. He just wants handout from Tinubu's government. There's no comparison between Obasanjo and Tinubu, even in another incarnation.
All right, then, because of our time, let's move on to our final topic. It's 10 minutes before 5 p.m. You're now tuned in to Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. This is the recap where we discuss issues that made major headlines during the week. My name is Chioma Innocent. I'm the moderator, and sitting right across from me is Mr. Peter Anosike. And, of course, he's handling the analysis right here on the program. 5 p.m. The phone lines will be open so that you can give us a call. I definitely want to hear from you. I mean, this is Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. If we don't hear your voice, waiting we gain. Let's move right on to our final topic for this evening. Nigerian government plans independent super grid for northern states. The federal government announced plans to establish an independent super grid for each of the 19 northern states. Now, this was disclosed by the Minister of Power at Debayo Adelabu after a meeting with the president earlier this week in Abuja. Now, there's been a prolonged blackout that has caused significant concern among stakeholders across the country in most of the 19 northern states. The Minister of Power is saying that the president ordered repair works to be sped up to restore power to the northern part of Nigeria. A few states have reportedly received power at this moment, and of course, that troops were also deployed to protect the engineers who were working on the power lines that were vandalized that actually led to the blackout in these northern states. But the federal government planning an independent super grid for the northern states, not as a whole, but each of the 19 northern states. What about other regions? Is it because they do not experience regional blackout? Mr. Noske.
Well, this is 2027 in focus. Understand? This is 2027 in focus.
Are you saying this is pandering to the north?
Exactly, because I don't see any reason for that. Because in June 2023, understand, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu signed the Electricity Act of 2023. June 2023. The primary aim of the bill, as stated in its very first section, is to create a comprehensive legal and institutional framework to guide the Nigerian electricity supply industry. Understand? To monopolize on the generation, transmission, and distribution of electricity at the national level and empower states. Understand? And to empower states and individuals to generate, transmit, and distribute electricity. So the Electricity Act that Tinubu signed into law on June 2023 is to empower states and individuals to generate, transmit, and distribute their own electricity. So if you have signed this into law, why is federal government now going that to build grid for each of the states? Since you have signed a law that empowers each state to generate, understand, and distribute power, then why are you now going to build a grid for them? Because you have provided the legal framework for the states. Then if there's no political undertone in this, why should you go that to start building this? So for me, it does not make any sense, because Tinubu is not the president of the North. He is president of the whole country. If he should build for the North, he should also build for the South. Because the North were shouting of equity and justice. Is this thing now equity and justice? When you build a grid for the 19 states and nothing for the southern states, which means if you build for them, then the states in the south should now build for themselves. It doesn't make sense. It does not make sense, and it will be very, very wrong for Tinubu to embark on such an act. What caused darkness in the north was vandalization by the terrorists in the north. It was not IPOB. Understand me? It was not IPOB. It was not ESN. It is the terror. It is the bandits in the north that went and vandalized it.
Of course, IPOB and the ESN does not operate in the north, so one would not expect that they are the ones. But
No.
would you say if this happened in the southeast and
They would
terrorist
look
or
the other
bandit
way.
elements actually destroyed the power
They
lines,
would
would the federal
wouldn't
government
care.
do the same?
They wouldn't care. They would not care. Understand me? They would not care. But the truth is that you cannot enforce peace. That's what everybody should know. You can never enforce peace. Peace will only come through understanding, through justice and equity. You cannot build for the north and pretend that the south doesn't exist. That doesn't exist, and you feel that you will have peace. So this is one country. There must not be preferential treatment. There must not be preferential treatment. If Tinubu wants to build a grid for the country, let it be 36 for all the states. No part of the country is superior to the other. Since they have brought us together, then everybody must be equal. It must be live and let live. Understand? There's no first-class and second-class citizens in this country. All of us are one country, one Nigeria, and the treatment should be seen as same.
All right, then you're listening to the recap right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. It's time for us to take a short break, and when we return at 5 p.m., the phone lines will be open for you to share your thoughts, your ideas, and your suggestions on everything we've discussed today. Do stay tuned.
The number one station of free your soul.
The Voice of the People 90.3 FM.
Baby girl, tell me what you want.
It's Love Matas with Big Adink and Friends. Les Giddy, the third coming. Featuring The Band, Oma Baba, Remini Salaga, Gandoki, Queen Salawa Benny, Bash, C Famous, Agororo, Dr. Smile, The Countryman, Forever, Aristo's Band, Seriki Daria, D1, Taoma, Babalaria, Madiba of Comedy, ATM, Short Family, ATM 47, DJ Wiki, and many more. Date, 17th November 2024. Venue, Balmoral Convention Center, Federal Palace Hotel, VIP. July. Time 4 p.m. Red carpet. Show starts 5 p.m. Tickets regular 7K, VIP 20K, table of 8, gold 1.5 million, platinum 3 million. Tickets available at Ileño by Pods, GRA Ikeja, Ofada Boy, Surulere, Prince Ebano Supermarket, Lekki, online at ariatickets.com, grandtickets.ng, laughmatas.ng. Brought to you by Mortina, Goldberg, Ace Roots, Goldberg Black, supported by Paralex Bank, Enclave Green Homes, FIRS, and the Lagos State Government. Love Matas, the third coming. Oh my loud God. Media partner.
Voice of the People Radio.
Are you aware that Iruka Online Limited installed and designed a 100,000 capacity church building? Oh yeah, we are the sole distributors of global leading brands all over the world, such as Wafday Line Array, speakers and digital amplifiers, Preseno's digital mixers and studio equipment, Coswell workstations and keyboards, Fender guitars, Mapex drums, Ashdown bass combos, just to mention but a few. We offer flexible payment plan handled by our financial department with 24/7 customer care support system. You can visit our website on www.iruka.com to avoid buying fake products. You can also visit our showroom at number 36 Lagos International Airport Road beside Golden Tulip Hotel. Iruka, never settle for less.
From the views on the streets
We go to bed empty hunger.
to the blaring horns of a hustling city, the loudest voices of the common man got a medium to be heard.
This particular administration, they were coming unprepared.
It's not a bad thing to renovate the president's lodge.
Through top-notch programming, unbiased reportage of news, sports, business, entertainment, and cultural documentaries, Voice of the People 90.3 FM became a symbol for 21st century media. And now, a new baby is born. Voice of the People Television, VOP TV, youthful, full of vigor and pressure for excellence in the continent's media space, exposing the wrongs, applauding the rights, dissecting the news without fear or favor, through factual and accurate stories and contents.
Corruption kills three things that makes a society.
Representing the interests of the people and giving them a voice. Voice of the People TV is here to stay towards building a fair society. VOP TV, Voice of the People Television, truly a voice for the people.
You have to know the past to understand the present. So, let's bring you up to speed on important moments in the polity that you might have forgotten.
Politics as normal have been suspended today.
Detailed review plus analysis of all the local.
Senate moves to recover 6 trillion naira ground rent from property owners stage 5.
And foreign stories that made the headlines during the week.
President Putin accepts defeat. President Putin keeps on coming back for more.
All of the intrigues.
DSS confirmed interest flow in store interim government.
Tension.
The process through which people come into office is far more fundamental, more important than what they do now.
Suspense and political dramas.
This is a shining moment. I commend INEC.
The Higgy Haggers that took center stage just within the week.
You cannot criticize African countries for being undemocratic.
Join the conversation on The Recap every Saturday from 4 to 6 p.m. only on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Study the past if you want to define the future.
Welcome back. You're still tuned in to the Voice of the People 90.3 FM. This is a recap where we discuss and analyze the issues that made major headlines during the week. And right here it's 2 minutes past 5 p.m. Time for us to take your calls on the program. The number to call is 0700 903 903 903. 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call to be a part of the conversation. If you would rather send a message on WhatsApp, it is to 0817 175 6338. 0817 175 6338. Again, it's 0817 175 6338. This is Voice of the People 90.3 FM. We definitely want to hear from you, so call me up. Before you call up, please remember to keep it civil. All right, and keep it polite. Now, let me take you through a rundown of the issues which we have discussed and analyzed right here in the program in case you have forgotten. First of all, we talked about northern governors asking the lawmakers to reject President Tinubu's tax reform bills and giving their reasons that it is for equity and fairness. And of course, Dangote Refinery saying Ipman cannot lift petrol from the refinery without NNPC's approval. Past CBN governors used unorthodox methods to grow Nigeria's economy. This is according to CBN Governor Olayemi Kadoso. And fuel supply to increase as federal government grants licenses for companies to operate refineries in Nigeria, while the federal government refineries in Nigeria remain dormant. And also we looked at the Conscious of Yoruba Nation group saying Obasanjo's criticizing President Tinubu is a result of envy, jealousy, hatred, resentment. And finally, we talked about the federal government planning independent super grid for states in the north, saying we will give them super grids. Each of the 19 northern states will have super grids. But what about the other regions in the country? Anyway, there's some more we have discussed today right here on the program, so call me up. I definitely want to hear from you. A Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. Welcome to the recap. Good evening. Please turn down volume on your radio set. Turn down volume on your radio set, please. What's your name and location?
Good evening.
Good evening. What's your name and location, please?
My name is Argentina. I'm calling from my God.
Welcome to the program. Let's hear from you.
Good evening, sir.
Thank you.
I love the way you talk. You are a very nice analyst. You are a very nice person. I would like you to be my role model in my life.
Okay, let's talk about the issues that we discussed today.
In this issue, my name is Argentina. I'm calling from my God.
Welcome. I heard you, Argentina.
Yeah. About the Arewa people, northern people that are saying they should equity and the justice. If they are the one that have those oil where in the east, in the Niger Delta, by now they have already separated. They have been in Nigeria ruling for almost how many years, decades now. In the southeast, they have not done anything that they will use to know that we are one Nigeria. In the southeast, there is no federal government project in the southeast, and we are claiming one Nigeria. Look at what they are doing to Eastern people. We are the pillar of East Nigeria. Without Eastern people, they will not be Nigeria.
As how now?
I'm telling the truth. I wish it's northern people that has those oil. I don't know why United States people they are keeping quiet.
What do you want them to do?
I wish that one that holds oil, they will be. They have separated in this country. I don't know why we are keeping quiet for them.
Okay.
Their own is too much.
Thank you.
I'm telling you the truth.
Thank you for your call, Argentina. Thank you so much. 0700 903 903 903 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call to be a part of the conversation. On WhatsApp, it's 0817 175 6338. 0817 175 6338 on WhatsApp. Nnamdi, if you are watching us on YouTube all the way from Spain, to let us know that you're doing great. All right, we're worried about you.
Sure.
Welcome to the recap. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Shoma.
How are you doing?
I'm okay, my dear.
What's your name and location?
My brother.
He can hear you. He's right here.
It's Nemeka from you.
Welcome, Nemeka.
Yeah. And they greet my senior brother. Tell us, say, may God bless him for his work.
He did hear you.
And may God keep him for us. Please, I want to start this way, please. This man that is comparing Obasanjo with the Ogaturumbu, he's just comparing light with darkness. Is it possible? Look at the record of Obasanjo and the record of the man you are talking about. Under 1 year, see what we are facing. Under 1 year, see what the country is facing. Is that somebody you will compare with Obasanjo to belittle Obasanjo to that level? Well, I don't blame him because he's looking for a job. That one is a fair game. Everybody can insult himself. But he should know how to relate in his communication. That's my advice to him. Secondly, this CBN governor, he looks like a boxer. You know, a boxer that they tie in hand. at his back and send him on the ring to go and box. Now, so he will be parading around. You understand me? His opponent will be doing him whatever he likes. I don't blame him because can't you see the way he's talking? Now they can't just go orthodox. Now orthodox and Haba, that's what our economy is turning to. Yeah? Orthodox and Haba formula. I pity for this country. And I will say this again, my dear sister. Those that claim to be educated ones in this country that kept quiet and the whole world are facing this, I blame them always. I blame them always because I see what education did at other countries. And education here and there in our country, they look like it's a curse to us. But God forbid that. Education will not be a curse to us. It will be something we will learn from this side these days. I'm telling all of them. They should sit well and know what they will do before this menace will consume all of us one day. I do not pray for that. But it's already in our face every blessed day. We are seeing it. Everybody is seeing it. Whoever says he's not seeing it is a liar. May God bless you, my dear.
Thank you so much, Nnamdi, for calling all the way from Ejigbo. 0700 903 903 903. 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call to be a part of these conversations. Carlos Best, okay, on YouTube, says is watching all the way from Spain, Barcelona. What is the flood like in your area? What's the flood like in your own vicinity right there in Spain? And Nnamdi, if you are watching, please let us know how you are. We are quite worried about you. 0817-175-6338 on YouTube, 08 on WhatsApp rather, 0817-175-6338. Welcome to the recap. Good evening. Please turn down the volume on your radio set.
My radio girl, good evening, ma.
Monday, how you doing today? Good evening.
I'm fine. I greet the Kanu speaking. Good evening, sir.
Thank you.
Please, I want to ask one question.
Okay.
Can you compare Jonathan?
Reduce the volume on your radio, please. I can hear myself. Monday, please, Ejo.
Is it okay now?
Yes. Yes. Thank you.
Can you compare Jonathan regime and this our regime now? Because it's showing on the handwriting in the board that this man give us fake promises.
What promise did he make to you Monday?
He promised that he will come to do the country and is not hungry of the finance money of the country. That is well okay. That is he promised everything. Why we did not know that he promised us Agbado, Gari and Ewa, and we are not even seeing anything. We are not seeing anything. Now,
but rice. But you saw rice now. They're always distributing rice Monday. Is that rice not okay for you? You want cassava, Agbado, Ewa?
I've not seen anything. Even the palliative. Have you seen your own?
You not see rice?
Last time I checked, I did not see you.
You know, during the week, the federal government said they sent 25,000 naira to a number of Nigerians, millions of Nigerians. You not receive.
Now, I've not seen my own. No. I don't know the office I will even go. Let me go. If you know, you direct me. I have not seen you. I cannot say propaganda in the air now because I'm on the air. I cannot say propaganda. Now, he's comparing Obasanjo, the godfather of Tinubu, when he was a governor. Nobody had a good record. Now, during the 2020, what happened to Tollgate? How people protest, even when the last time we want to protest, the threats everywhere. See, this APC government is a scam.
Okay.
But I want to be civil.
Thank you, Monday. Keep being civil.
And the CBN governor is just packing our money instead of doing the right thing.
Thank you, Monday.
Please, I don't have much to say. God
Thank you for your call, Monday. I appreciate it. 0700 903 903 903. Welcome to Recap. Good evening. Please turn down the volume on your radio set.
Choma, good evening.
Hi. What's your name and location, please?
This is Okambelina in Mafuluku.
Yeah. Welcome to the program. Let's hear from you.
I beg. I was turning around my chair when you mentioned the issue of rice, or I mean the issue of 25,000. Look, let me tell you. Forget about this thing. These people are talking about the 25,000. How many people have called your station to tell you that they have collected it?
That's why we're asking now. If you've collected it, let us know.
Look, let me tell you. I think Buhari did his own for 8 years. He was distributing money, sharing money. At the end of his tenure, he left 103 million people in poverty. It shows you that they didn't distribute money to anybody. They did not. They were sharing money to themselves. Just to carry, they will carry like 10 or 20 people and show on television and tell you that they have given money. And that the rest of the money goes to themselves. This is what these people are doing. And they promise you that they will continue from where Buhari started. So what do you expect? And anybody that is comparing, look, those people that are saying, I don't know how they call that group, that there is one group there. You know, it's not hard to just form a group and give them money and they start talking that Buhari is, Obasanjo is envious of this president. We know them now. It's hardship. It's hardship. Once you carry money now and give people, they will form a group and start talking. So don't mind these people. But the thing is that the other caller was telling you that they promised. Did he promise us anything? I don't know whether this man promised, because I think, my sister, are you hearing me?
I can hear you.
I am telling you that my own, what my friend the other day was telling me, when in a drinking parlor, he said, this president wants to punish people because they didn't vote for him. He has said it. He said people didn't vote for him. So he got there through his money. So that's why he's punishing us. Simple.
Thank you, Okangolina, for your call. 0700 903 903 903. Welcome to the recap. Good evening.
Hello.
Please turn down the volume on your radio set.
Hello.
I can hear you. Please turn down the volume on your radio set.
My radio is not on. Hello.
I can hear you, and I can also hear myself in the background. Your radio is on.
Hello.
All right, you're going to have to give me a call back, 0700 903 903 903. 0700 903 903 903. Guess what? If you don't have airtime, you can call me up on WhatsApp, 0817 175 6338. Or if the direct call is not connecting, you can call me up on WhatsApp. Welcome to the recap. Good evening. Good evening. How are you? It's so noisy, I can hardly hear you. Send me a message on WhatsApp, please. Send me a message on WhatsApp. It's so noisy, I can hardly hear you. Thank you so much for calling. I really, really appreciate you for calling. Honestly, I do. But it's so noisy, I can hardly hear you. It's been a while, Stitches. How you doing? Good evening.
Good evening.
Oh, Stitches, this one where your voice, they sound low like this. What's happened?
Everybody is trying to be okay. So let me say I'm okay. How are you? How's your week?
I'm trying my best. Thank you.
Yeah. This one where you'll be asking that anybody, even yesterday, Precious was asking the same question. Has anybody received? Was it yesterday?
Want to know now?
You don't receive? You see, since I was born till now, I'm almost 40 years of age. I never benefit 50 kobo from this country. If I say me, it's an understatement.
Are you serious?
If I'm almost 40, imagine my mother. My mother has never benefited 50 kobo from this country. Not talk of me. So there's no all this thing. What always got me annoyed is when they're talking about statistics. They don't have any statistics in Nigeria. If they have statistics, you will not do NIN and do BVN and you go to the passport office, they'll take all your fingers, take everything, remove even your tongue print, they'll take them. Yeah,
where you go, they take your tongue prints now. Let's not exaggerate.
That one I remain now. Maybe they will do because they are taking everything. If you take one, even only that one is enough for the whole thing as long as it's supposed to be on the server. If they arrest person for Western world, even if they arrest you for traffic offense, they'll take your biometrics. In another 100 years, they can get. But let me leave all those things. What I'm trying to say is that these things are just things that annoy me. That they will say they want to share something they have already shared it to some certain people. When we are over how many millions, even the over 200 million that they are saying, they are not even sure. The last time I knew this census was 2006, about some years ago. And even that 2006, our house, it's our house. They not come there, count all of us by head. I don't know how they get the statistics of our streets because I was very much aware. They don't count everybody where they are. Some people don't even there, so they come our house. So there's no statistics in Nigeria. What I'm trying to say is that nothing is working in Nigeria. They are just lying to us, and somebody will not say Obasanjo is jealous of this.
So what they did was to count the number of houses in Lagos State then, and they got it at 4.5 then, and they got it at 4.5 million. But what the MPC, National Population Commission, did was to times that 4.5 into 2, and they got 9 million. So they gave 9 million as the population of Lagos State. Understand? So they did not.
So 2 people per compound.
So 2 people per compound, just a father and a mother makes a family in Lagos. So that was how they rigged that 2006 census. So what they did was just they counted houses and got 4.5 million houses. They times that 4.5 by 2 and now get 9 million. So with that, they now say that population of Lagos State is 9 million, which means each household in Lagos is just a mother and a father.
But right now, we are getting count of 20 million in Lagos only. 20 million people.
When another census come and you see what will happen, because there's an unwritten rule that the most populous state in the south must not be bigger than the most populous state in the north.
An unwritten rule.
An unwritten rule. So that is why.
Are you saying they're intentionally downplaying the number of people in Lagos?
They are downplaying and Lagos so that Lagos will not be higher than Kanu. So that's the game that is going on.
What would be the benefit?
That is why the northern governors tell you that they dominate the National Assembly. Therefore, they will get whatever they have. Understand me? Election is numbers. Politics is numbers. And mind you, Jigawa State was carved out of Kanu State. Understand me? So if Jigawa was carved out of Kanu State, the population of Kanu supposed to have reduced. But instead of reducing, it is increasing day by day. Because Lagos must not be higher than Kanu State. That is what they have been using to rig a election.
0700 903 903 903. Call me up. Welcome to the recap. Good evening. Hello, are you there?
Miss Choma Innocent.
How are you doing?
Well, I'm okay. I'm fine. Thank you for checking on me. I greet Mr. Nosike.
Happy to hear your voice.
Yeah,
Zerina, I hope the flood is not too bad in your area.
Well, I'm alive today. We just God is only God that said, it's not yet my time. Because it's 5 minutes that I left the place. My people, all my colleagues, none of them don't have car now. None of them know where they listen to their cattle.
Oh dear.
Most people now just you see cars on top of fence, on top of this. You see, no. Just 5 minutes. If not police that arrive and they just make sure that everybody just can just fit anywhere you see. Just the racing was just coming. Just 5 minutes only. None of my colleagues, all of them, even most of them just get their home yesterday. All of them sleep on the top of a 3-story building. This will just cover everywhere. None of the company now, I believe these people will lose a lot. This is the place that give even Spain the tax they have. There's a Spain is power now just because of the tax they get from that place, from that this in industrial areas. But now everything just wipe out. If not just God, if God said that this is not the time, it is not yet my time. Just 5 minutes I left that place. Police just come and control and they left that place. All my colleagues now, none of them. Thousands are looking now. It's only people that confirm. They said that's the only when they call somebody. They said this person is this person. The person respond. You know that the person is alive. I believe thousands are now missing. Let's see. You see the Mediterranean Sea, how this thing was just taking cars to that place. But you see people will just be in the office watching their cars moving.
But you are so happy that you are
this time would have been with my wife because I was in a cycle. Okay, my sister, I thank you for this, Mr. Nasika, for checking on me. Well, my sister, let me just, because Mr. Nasika has said everything. But let me touch on the Tinubu and the Obasanjo. You see, at times, what we have get angry is our press people. Ask the person question. Sometimes they just come and say Obi said this. No. Ask the person that said Obi criticize what Obi said. Ask what they ask. Don't ask person question. Why you don't need of bringing this as issue. Ask the person question. Ask him, just tell him about why is he comparing Obasanjo with this thing. At least Obasanjo was able to win election. Tinubu won election. Have Tinubu ever won a presidential election?
Well, he won. He was declared as winner of the 2023 presidential election, and he's currently the president by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC.
Who is it not INEC? It's Mahmoud. Let us stop deceiving ourselves. This said Obasanjo have won anywhere now. I believe Obasanjo is the best president so far. People say Yaradua only said this in God before God called him. But Obasanjo, look at how he changed this thing. People are trying to compare God. Just compare death with life. My dear brother, they should not. If they not ask that boy question, what he really wants. I believe it's some group of Reno Mokari.
What does Reno Mokari have to do with this particular conversation right now?
Daniel Boal. But I thank Tinubu that for disgracing them. At the end of it, all of them were waiting for this appointment. Look at how they just mess all of them up. After Reno Mokari wear his Christmas clothes, that's a rock. Tinubu welcome him and at the end of him, you do not even look at his side. I think I just for that I like Tinubu for doing that. So my dear sister, Obasanjo with Tinubu is saying comparable. Just say best president with the worst president. How can you compare the two? You see, so my sister, well on this petroleum price, he said 10,000. I said if Choma. I would have start suspecting you for maybe if you're getting your cut from them.
What I do now?
Instead of 200, say 200, bring it down to 200, say 1,000. Now what do you mean by 1,000?
I said, can it ever go lower than 1,000? That was my question.
Okay, but because just even if 950 is lower, but I want just say like 200, 100. This is what is in Alabakia, for God's sake. How can this? Look at where the price was before. Tinubu just entered and look at this. And every time keep increasing. Nigerians are holding hand, watching, only to attack their fellow men on the street. Attack their fellow men on the street. They cannot focus. Look at what the people that put in that this thing. Go after them. Attacking the fellow man. If he just maybe match somebody or this. I saw everything here. They attack them instead of for them to team up and say, no, this is enough. We are the people that put these people there. You see, the best this thing is for this northern this thing. What they demand, I believe Tinubu will, if you can learn from Jonathan. Jonathan did what he did. Look at how they did, how they treated him after building a Mojeri school. Try to make these people see light at the end of it. But I blame this thing. I blame people listening to them. Just like this thing. Anytime they cried, anything they want, people will give them. Look at, for example, of this security. When the Labaja, he said he was begging the North to permit them to go after Boko Haram, but in the East, they would just send military to go there and deal with them without any this thing. They just send military to go, and none of the government will say anything. Because anytime we ask something, they will give them. That is why they are trying to, every time they try to make me demand that they will not even care about other people. And they say of equity. Look at people print of equity.
Thank you, Zeri.
My dear sister, this is people get more upset every time.
Thank you so much. We need to hear from others as well. Thank you so much, and please stay safe, all right? Do stay safe, please. Thank you so much. 0700 903 903 903. Call me up. Welcome to the recap. Good evening.
Good evening, Shoma Innocent.
What's your name and location, please?
My name is Chief Emeka Omenuko.
Welcome, Chief. Where are you calling from?
It's a long time I've been listening to this program.
Thank you.
And I thank God for what God is using me to do.
Thank you so much.
Especially our beloved brother there. I don't know how he will create a school and take this and be giving to people, because history is very important in everybody's life. What we have there, I want him to be more closer brother to me. I don't know how we'll get in contact with him. It's too much. It's too much. It's too much. The people that are parading to be leaders and this and that, none have this history. This quality he has, none of them don't have it. It's only very few. Very few. So I'm in love with you. And that our brother Nnamdi. So I will use this opportunity to say thank God for your life and what God is using you people to do. The point is this. You know, in mathematics, if you don't have the formula of mathematics, you can never go straight to the answer. If you have the formula, you go straight to the answer, pass your paper. While as many who doesn't have the formula, they continue biting their Bible until time is up. What we are talking about now is talking to do. As you talk, you do. The difference is very clear. The so-called this administration, that they are manipulating people. I don't want to talk in a sense that maybe they are bad. The truth remains. They said that Tinubu has structure. Where is those structures now? During the time of Obasanjo, he did not say he has structure, but all of us saw what he did. How much is fuel being sold that period? And now, how much fuel is being sold? It is people with propaganda that will start comparing Obasanjo with Tinubu. I thank God all of us are buying from the same market now. Buying from the same filling station now. So many that they dish out their money to. They have relations. Those their relations will still buy from the same market. So, what I know, God will give us a leader that will come and get all of them arrested, get all our money they have stolen. Anywhere they kept it, we get the money to use it to reactivate this country back.
Thank you,
because
Chief.
a lot of things that is in the ground of this country are not so in other countries. Thank you. Let me not go.
Thank you, Chief. Thank you so much. Let's hear from others. 0700 903 903 903. Thank you so much for holding on. Good evening. Thank you so much for holding on. I appreciate you. Good evening. Hello, I've picked your call. Hello, are you there?
Hello, good evening.
Hi, what's your name and location, please?
Calling from Muscat.
Welcome. Where is Muscat?
Oman.
Okay, you're calling us from Muscat in Holland. Are you Carlos Best okay on YouTube?
Yes.
Thank you. Let's hear from you.
Yeah, it's my first. Yeah, I'm happy first of all to see you and Mr. Anosike. The job you are doing is a great one. My contribution is that it's actually not fair to compare Obasanjo's government with that of Tinubu. But you know, we Nigerians, we know how to blame people, especially these governments. But it's well. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your call. 0700 903 903 903 0700 903 903 903. The time, I don't know, the time today is just really just flying. It's almost the end of the show. It's 27 minutes before 6 p.m. Call us up. Welcome to the recap. Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Hi, what's your name and location, please?
My name is Nnamdi. I'm actually calling from Babylon.
Welcome to the conversation. Let's hear from you.
Well, the person comparing Obasanjo with Tinubu. Well, I have nothing to tell him again. But what I want to tell him is that his myopic refusal to speak up when necessary will undoubtedly create more problems for him in the future. We fail to desist from supporting injustice because I don't understand. How can he compare Obasanjo with Tinubu? There's no way they are incomparable. Honestly, incomparable. what Obasanjo has done enough for this country. Tinubu has not done anything as far as I'm concerned. But I think the only thing I remember Tinubu for in this country when he was campaigning, campaigning, he said power is not Savalaka. You have to snatch it. You have to grab it, and then you run with it. That was the only thing he said during the campaign that I can take hold of. But what he failed to understand is that it is one thing to have the criminal audacity to snatch, quite another to have the effrontery to grab, but the completely different ball game entirely to have the sense, the mental attitude, and the motor skill to run successfully with it. Since he took over office, what has he done to better the life of the Nigerians? It's from one anti-people's policy to the other. Honestly, people are suffering. This man is costing us an excruciating pain. That is why they are calling him Tipping. I think his nickname or code name now is Tipping. We are really suffering. Some people are supporting this evil government. I don't understand.
Thank you so much for your call.
We are really suffering. I don't blame that man actually. I don't blame him anyway because I'm sure he has collected money already.
Okay, you can be sure of that, and you can say what you are not sure of. Thank you so much for calling. We need to hear from others as well. Okay, thank you so much. Always a pleasure to hear from you. A voice of the people, 90.3 FM. We definitely want to hear from you. I mean, if we don't hear your voice, waiting we gain. Call me up 0700 903 903 903. Welcome to the recap. Good evening. What's your name and location, please?
Yeah, Choma Innocent. Good evening.
Hi. What's your name and location?
Yeah, I'm calling from Idimu. My name is Anthony.
Welcome, Anthony, and thank you for calling.
Your guest.
He can hear you.
Yeah, greeting your guest. Yeah. Choma, you see, like everybody were saying, there's no way, there's no any place they can compare Obasanjo government to this regime. I remember when we are still under Obasanjo government, then I just started my business newly. You know, I know how we are living. Not even to compare Obasanjo government to just Jonathan, not even to compare Obasanjo. So what I want to saying, people that even eating our oil money, they have not even said anything about that. They are complaining about the government. So what I want to say is, please, last week I went to my bank. I went to my bank. You know, there was money they sent to me, about 500,000 they sent to my bank account. So I went there to clear the money. They were telling me to bring my NIN and NEPA bill before I get access to my account.
Why is that? Have you been able to rectify the issue?
No. On Monday, I will go to that bank and see. They will hear of that.
Wait. Is it that maybe your account, the kind of account you opened is not the one that can actually hold that kind of amount, and that's why they're asking. Hello, are you there? Oh dear, you might have to give me a call back. 0700 903 903 903 0700 903 903 903. We'll take two more calls and that will be all on the program. Welcome to the recap. Good evening. Are you there? I've picked your call. Hello. Good evening. What's your name and location, please?
Hello.
I can hear you. What is your name and location?
Okay. My name is
Welcome to the program.
Hello.
I can hear you. Welcome to the program.
Yes, so my name is Osumo.
Welcome, Osumo.
Yeah, I'm calling from Ojo.
Welcome.
Yeah. Comparing Obasanjo and the President Tinubu, people saying this or talking about it, they are ignorant of what is happening. Obasanjo on personality, he's far from Tinubu. On government, he's far from Tinubu. So I wonder where those people are bringing those information to say that Tinubu, that Obasanjo is envy. They are nothing to compare two of them. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your call. 0700 903 903 903 0700 903 903 903. Welcome to the recap. Good evening. Hello.
Did you see those boys, those children that they took to the court yesterday? Up to now, my heart is still bleeding that a judge, human being, we see some children of, and one lawyer came out on China's television and was saying those children, they are adults. Some of them are, he said all of them are graduates. They have families. Children where they see will be like 12 years, 13 years old. Nigerian government took them to court, charging them for treason. And in this same country, and human beings seeing that thing, a lawyer that probably has children was defending the federal government, saying those children are adults. Children, where will they see? Then I perceive they compare this administration to Obasanjo, where bring technology, where will they use today on this country. Even if all of them get their flaws, but there's no comparison. This government is a tyrant. We can't talk.
Stitches. Keep it civil, okay?
Because how can you bring a child? See, I'm keeping it civil, but it's painful that you take a child to the. Now they look television. Even the other lawyers at the back of that man was laughing as he was saying those things, that those children are actually adults. They are graduates. Children. People will go protest, say they're hungry. You say me they pay 10 million. One man where they threaten somebody because if they do fine boy, you pepper saying honorable, dishonorable man. If they threaten person, they give him 500,000 naira bail. Then they say small people were saying they're hungry for this country. Make the country 10 million naira. Then somebody go to compare this administration to anything. You can't compare this administration should be compared to Iran, Abi Bajada, all those
Stitches. Don't put us in trouble. Thank you for your call. 0700 903 903 903. One more call. I will call it today right here on the program. You are lucky last caller. Welcome to the recap. Hello, are you there? All right, you just might have to give me a call back. 0700 903 903 903 0700 903 903 903. And my last caller for the evening. Welcome.
Please, it's Monday that I call back. I want
Monday,
to
if I allow another person now, this is the last call we're taking today.
You will see pick another call. I see small time. No best.
Oh yeah, make we hear from you.
Please, the thing is going viral. They are comparing Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. They should not compare. People cannot rule world of America.
Why now? But we are talking Obasanjo Tinubu here, so don't talk about American politics.
I know, it's our country. Those people are the propaganda of America too. They are the supporters
Monday,
of Tinubu.
Thank you.
Because
thank
we
you.
are fit.
Thank you, Monday. Thank
and you do birthday, you will give us our airtime. You promise us airtime.
When?
Yes, you promise us. So I wait for my own credit airtime.
No worry, no get problem. Thank you, Monday. Thank you so much. Okay, because of Monday, I'm going to have to take one more call. Welcome to the recap. You're my final caller for the evening. Turn down the volume of your radio set, please. Thank you. Hello? Are you there?
Hello?
Hi, what's your name and location? Please turn down the volume of your radio set. Switch off the radio set, please.
My name is Jerry from Ibo.
Welcome, Jerry.
Greeting to your guest.
He can hear you. Thank you.
Okay. About what happened yesterday, where those underage children were paraded on the court, is a very pity. Because protest is not a crime in Nigeria, it's their civic rights. So why are they parading underage children? Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you for your call, short and straight to the point. It's time for me to take your comments on YouTube and your messages on WhatsApp. Emeka Nweke says Olusegun Obasanjo is also a chicken, although he's better than Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Carlos Bestoke says, yes, I'm watching all the way from Spain, Barcelona. Here in Barcelona, it's okay. Sorry for the error in my messages. I need your station number. Okonkwo Haijunu says, good evening to Chama Mr. Nosike. I'm an old listener, but it's my first time testing for Muscat. Keep the good job going. Onyekachi. Let me see. Onyekachi Okonkwo, thank you so much. Stephen Chooks Udegbunam says, well done, my people. Thank you so much, Stephen Chooks. I'm taking your messages on WhatsApp right now. Chioma, I blame the likes of Peter Osifo and the man Citizen Jones hosted this morning that can compare Nnamdi Olusegun Obasanjo government with Tinubu. Collins from Seaside Estate, Aja. Collins, let him bring Peter Osifo enter this conversation now. Leave him alone. He didn't even call today. Good, Mr. Nosuke and the Chioma, it's Miss, please. It is it in the word of the dead that President Tinubu will fulfill his dream and Nigeria's dream as expected in his manifesto. It's terrible to consider suicide as an option in this government, but even more terrible to stop one from committing when you engage him on her. Okay, where is the place of VAP in the case of Alex's arrogance? Public violence, public disturbance, emotional physical abuse, threat to life, senators impersonation. If a commoner could be charged 10 million for crying out for hunger to the government he unfortunately elected, then the lawmaker should be charged with more gravity regarding the enormity of his offense. Chisco from Ijagemo Grading Road. Please greet my bro Peter Nosuke from Elder Deacon Owo Oshodi. Good evening, Chairman. Mr. Nosuke, comparing Obasanjo to Tinubu, I laughed in Mexico. Ezekiel from Ejigbo. Good evening, VOP. Obasanjo, we know his parents, we know the school he attended, we know everything about him. Can anyone tell us who Tinubu is, which school, his parents, etc. by Odaba? Okay, 2522, he says, waiting for your message. This person says he's looking for a job, any good warehouse or logistics job. Please, a point of order to my mentor, Mr. Nosuke. Nobody voted for the president. It's a glitch from Mahmoud Yakubu that puts him there. Thank you for all your good work. God bless you. This is my phone number. All right, so we have someone here who sent his CV and he needs a job. He says, any good warehouse or logistics job. Please, if you have a good job for him, let me know, and so that I can send you his CV. Thank you so much. Good evening, Mr. Anosike. My journalist of the year. Chum, I read my message in full. Dayo, this is your handwriting. Thank God I and some brilliant minds of Nigerians have been vindicated that the foundation that brought this Bala Blue Bulava government into power is not credible. So all he does won't work. Like Dele Farutimi said, you can't bribe your way into power and expect development. It's more or less that you allow opportunists to run like an Agbero to run a multinational corporation without certificate or to supervise a vault of a central bank. It will loot and run it to the ground. They have turned the people to beggars and now Marjorie in the midst of plenty. They created economic disaster through their obnoxious policies and turned the secured country to a gangster paradise. Look at the state of education. It's almost dead, and other sectors. It is a shame. The worst of us is ruling the best of us. Truly, there was a country. Dio from Fagba. Dio, I've read your message in full. Please don't send another one. Thank you so much for your message. This person says, anytime federal government says, okay, the news that Tinubu is planning to build the independent super grid for each state in northern Nigeria is hypocritical and biased style of reasoning that characterizes this government. Tinubu should also be ready to build independent super grid for the remaining states in Nigeria. Anytime the federal government says they are transferring to anybody, what it means is that they have started lying to Nigerians again. Please, if every media house will start asking people now who got the money, you will see that 25 million people government is claiming to have transferred money to is far reaching. You can only get fewer people that have received the money. Tinubu government is claiming to have transferred to Nigerians. Chinemere from Agbara. Monday from Abule Egba is saying the government are not interested in commoners. The wealth from south belongs to Nigerians, while the wealth from north belongs to their elites. Please help. Please let the religious leaders help condemn evil that is happening. Don't read. Who is Tinubu to Obasanjo in Nigeria and in the world? Z-Lord from Okota. Mr. Nosuke, I eat chickens. Definitely, I don't like bats. So don't make chickens look unpleasant and creepy like bats. The current CBN governor and his Idi Amin economics has dragged Nigeria economy into a state of retrogression and total collapse. Hence, making Emefiele look like a star boy. This is what happens when apprentice takes the wheels. After the NNPC sinisterly rushed to fix fuel price from 800 upwards, Dangote unpatriotically ran with the greedy price baton handed to him. He transformed into a canary, singing and murmuring in the news. There's no sensible reason why fuel price should sell for a ridiculous amount, and no market force would make fuel price go below 1,000. Instead, it may increase to 2,000. Even if Bua refinery comes up tomorrow, it wouldn't change anything because the criminal precedence and dubious template has already been set. You didn't tell us your name and where you're writing from. I pray that God reveals the truth about any hidden dealings between Dangote, NNPC, and Nigerian government. Question 1. How much is NNPC selling crude oil to Dangote? 2. How much is Dangote wants to sell to marketers? 3. How much is marketers willing to sell to Nigerians? These are the questions yet to be answered. Nigeria's major challenge lies in the lack of sincerity across various sectors, including 1. Politicians prioritizing personal interests over national progress. 2. Judiciary compromised integrity and inconsistent rulings. 3. Public affairs commentators biased analysis and hidden agendas. And 4. Ordinary Nigerians government, apathy and short-term thinking. It's high time we come together and fight our common enemies. Abidin from Bagada. Good evening, Madam Chairman, Ms. Anoske. They are building lights for people who don't even have hope for tomorrow. No security, no food, no proper education. They are building lights for them to see what? May they no see road. Living us. You want them to be in the darkness. No proper education, you're building light for them to see what? Your children are hungry, you put on generator for them to watch television without food. You expect them to be happy. Not just like football field, so anybody can play there and go away. I pity them, Sha. Well done for your good work. Levinus from Onikbana. Thank you so much. This person says, good time. Chioma Innocent with Peter and Skes. Happy weekend to you, Sama. It's Peter Anosike, not Anoskes. And then PCL are senior yo-ho-ho boys. Abego. You can agree with me or not, it's your business. Since the NNPCL become agents of oil sectors that is begging of the oil problem. I don't even understand what this means. You can see the problem of house rate in Lagos is agents, because agents' money is above the real rated money. So you see where I'm going in this NNPCL thing. Please, where is the feed the nation? I think I heard of this project before. I'm still asking about the feed the nation. Hakimi, peace ambassador from Songwater, Ogun State. Good evening, Chairman. The guest, Baruwa Sahid. Northern governors telling their legislators not to support the new bill on VAT has further shown proof that they are clueless and empty-headed. Please keep it civil. Must they derive from what they claim to be haram? I'm a Muslim and Islam forbids what they are doing. It's hypocritical of them. As for the spokesman of the group comparing Obasanjo to Tinubu, well, I don't blame them. That's the side effect of hunger. They're also looking for what they can get from these heartless and wicked lots. On the drama being played by Dangote and NNPC, it has shown that Dangote is one of our problems. He's in tandem with the enemies of Nigeria to pin our necks down. Because I wouldn't know why he's refused to be open on the price that he's selling PMS to NNPC. Everything has been shrouded in secrecy. God will shame them very soon. Inshallah, Baruwa Sahid. Thank you for your message. Good evening, VOP. Even though I despise the way beer bottles are being destroyed in the north, I don't think they should be the only ones complaining. And it should not be only about the VAT. Sir, if Dangote Cement wants to play its CIT, will it pay it based on where the profit is generated, or will it file the tax through its corporate headquarters in Lagos, thereby denying a state like Kogi what should be theirs? And same goes for other companies with branches nationwide. And again, agricultural products are exempted from VAT and other taxes, and mining is on the exclusive list. So what options are left for these governors, especially considering the rate of insecurity? Stephen from Egbeda. This person said, Anoske is a biased analyst. If Tinubu is a rat to Obasanjo, then Anoske is an ant to Tinubu. Tell him to change his mentality. Emeka from VI. John from Ijanikin says the northern governors ban consumption of alcohol but want to share from the VAT. No be juju be that. Thank you for your message. Please kindly send me the logistic guy CV. Adam George from AJ City. All right. I'll be doing that immediately. Thank you so much. Better still, I'm gonna try and can I send your phone number to him, right? Can I do that, please? I think that might be a little bit better so I don't lose track of this. But thank you so much, George from AJ City. I appreciate you. Dayo, I've already taken your message. I cannot take any more message from you. How can you compare Baba Shege and T-Pain? Complete APC propaganda and praying for Baba Shege. Joe from Bariga. All right, then 8 minutes before 6 p.m. Time for us to go. Mr. Peter Anoske will need to get your final conclusion on everything which we've discussed today.
I just want to talk about the minors, those children that were brought to court and being charged for treason. Treason's attempt to overthrow the government. One, and again, the judge that gave them 10 million naira fine, that is the height of wickedness on the part of that judge. This is a judge who should have children. What did these children do? They were not caught stealing anywhere. They were not caught breaking anything. These are children who marched out to the street to protest against hunger and poverty. They were not caught stealing people's things. They just come to show government we are hungry, we are suffering, we are going to bed without food. We can no more go to school because of the hardship in the country. So what I saw on that day, I've not seen it in Iraq, I've not seen it in Iran, I've not seen it in Russia, I've not seen it in North Korea. And these are not democratic nations. So it is a national embarrassment to Nigeria as a country, and particularly to Tinubu administration, that because that picture has gone viral. It has gone all over the world, and it's very, very shameful. So what I am saying is that Nigeria police should take those children to the hospital for proper treatment, and after the treatment, take them to their parents. That bail, whoever granted that bail, shame on him. And shame on him, the children committed no offense. They came out to protest hunger, and everybody know that there's hunger in the country. Even the government has been saying, exercise patience, we know that you are suffering, but things will be better. This is what government is saying. So these children, they committed no offense by coming out to protest. And again, it is our fundamental human right to protest. They were not caught committing any offense. Understand? So why should they be given 10 million naira bail for doing what? What did they do? And these are minors, children. And the lawyer that is saying that these are adults, it is also shame on him, because these are children between 12, 13, and 14 years old.
I saw a video where, they were really malnourished, and many of them, you could almost see there was almost no flesh on their bones.
They were not
anymore. They were looking very, very tight, very, very slim and tiny, very thin. But that was not even the point, right? There was a video I saw where they were giving biscuits, and it was shared amongst them, and they were fighting. That is for you to know that most of these children did not even know the sanctity of the courts where they are.
These are kids now. These are kids. So it is very, very shameful on that judge that gave that 10 million naira bail for doing what?
We really cannot be sinking to these depths of law in Nigeria at the moment.
So I am telling the Attorney General of the Federation that those children should be taken to hospital, be properly treated, and taken to their parents. They should even apologize to their parents. Nigeria government should even apologize to their parents. Can you imagine the psychological torture that they have gone to? Children staying in detention for 3 months. That thing will continue to remain in their mind for years to come. Nigeria government should even apologize to their families and compensate them. So that's my take. I don't want to say anything more than this. The children should be properly taken care of and sent to their families unconditionally. Unconditionally.
Thank you so much. That's all we can take on the program today. Thank you so much for joining us. The recap will make a return next week, same time, same station. Nigerian government, make una beg now. I beg now. When people come on social media and post stuff, you say we are discrediting the country. What worse discredit can be done than this one, where the international community is seeing children being persecuted, being brought to court, crying and fainting, and the IG of police is coming and say that they did it for media attention. Let's just try, please. What we're asking for in this country is not too much.
Their own children must do it for media attention. Their own children.
Let's not take it that way, Mr. Nnamdi. We're actually giving our concluding thoughts, all right?
Their own children must do it for media attention.
Let's not take it that way. We're actually, but we just know that the political elite, the Nigerian government, honestly, the federal government, there has to be a point where we will say we just cannot continue to live like this. There has to be a point where we say this one is just not right. Now we are raining children. We are keeping them malnourished. You see them in the court sharing biscuits, fighting amongst themselves for you to see that they are children. And of course, when it's time for election, we'll register these children as voters. Giving them, you'll be seeing somebody that's clearly a child, the date of birth of 1988, 1992, and all of that. Why do we keep doing that in this country? There have to be depths of law that we just cannot sink to. The world news at 6 comes up shortly. Always do the best that you can to make Nigeria better in your own little corner of the world. Thank you so much for joining us, and have an amazing evening.